Ladies and gents, all things covered listeners, all things covered viewers watching us on YouTube, man, we got a treat for you guys. And I might be a bit biased. Anytime we have a certain position on our show, you know, we oftentimes go to the island. We're not talking a peninsula. We're talking a legit island. And when you go to the island, you got to make sure you got the proper service and the proper individuals that's on that island. And right now, this guy, he ain't got a peninsula. He got his own island. I mean, 3-time Pro Bowler in the National Football League. First team All-Pro in 2017. He should have a few more first teams under his belt, but we're going to talk about that a little later in the show. Second round selection in the 2013 draft. Currently a Philadelphia Eagles elite-like player. One of the best playmakers in the National Football League. If you guys know him, they call him Big Play Slay. Darius Slay join us here. All things covered. Big Play Slay, how you doing?
I'm good, man. What's good? What's good?
Man, we good, man. Everything's good, man. It's you know, I feel good. You know, even though Pat P is not here with us, man, having DBs on the show, man, it's always a big deal. It's a big deal. And not just having a DB, one of the best corners in the league. I mean, yes, man, they ain't even throwing your way like that. I mean, you can't even beg for a target. I be watching you out there. Sometimes you play off technique, you know what I mean? Just a little soft coverage so they can go ahead and throw something your way. They still won't give you no action. That's respect. That's respect. So we're going to tap into all of that a little later in our show. But let's start at the beginning. You know what I mean? Let's go to the beginning. You grew up in Brunswick, Georgia, right? Brunswick. Right. You went to JUCO at Atawamba Community College for your first few years of college. And then you had an opportunity to go to Mississippi State. For me, I never been to JUCO. I know a lot of guys that went that route, but, you know, watching Last Chance U and seeing how the JUCO players go about their business, man, how was it for you?
It was good, man. It's a learning process, man. It really humble you, you know, because, you know, JUCO, man, it's just like, it's just rough, you know, guys that be coming in, you know, they ain't got like the cafeteria. It's a different when you get to the D1, man. You feel luxury when you get to D1, but in JUCO, man, it was like still, bro. That thing was real deal there, man. Like a lot of times you might go hungry because the cafeteria closed because they ran out of food. You know, yeah. So it was real rough, but it was cool though, man. You know, I met some of my best friends there, man, doing JUCO time because that's one of a lot of hard times going through it, man. You know, definitely me from Brunswick, Georgia, always. So far from home, man, ain't had nowhere to go eat for Thanksgiving. A lot of people, you know, a lot of friends opening their homes up for me to come over there and stuff. So I met a lot of good people there, man, built some real good relationships with.
And talking about the times, you know, throughout JUCO, oftentimes a lot of players get lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? Talented, but not dialed in and focused. But for you, how were you able to impress the NFL scouts to eventually become a to eventually get an opportunity to go to Mississippi State and then becoming a second round draft pick?
Man, so I really had a true game plan, you know. So Banks was coming in. His sophomore year was one of the hottest corners coming up as a young guy in the sophomore year. And me and Banks the same class. We both committed out of high school there. So a lot of scouts was, you know, looking at him, you know. So, you know, back when we come from, it was like every Tuesday it was money day. That's when scouts came out there. So every time one-on-one reps go up, I'm trying to get like 6 or 7 of them, you know, really. And, you know, they come to watch Banks and Fletcher at the time because they did the most popping two on the team. Yeah. So, but at the time I was like, you know, clamping up, doing what I do, you know, putting out my film on there in practice. So one of my first coaches that noticed me was in Chicago, man. And he came up to me and was like, man, you're a talented guy my junior year. And, you know, and ever since then, I took that and ran with it.
Yeah, you look at your time in Mississippi State playing in the SEC, 6 interceptions, 2 to the house, and you also ran that 4.36. Did you realize going to the combine, you was going to clock that type of time?
Easily, man. I was born pretty fast, man. I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but I ain't even trained for the 40, you know. Ain't nobody gonna get me that much faster than I'm already is. So
you said you didn't train?
Nah, I ain't had to train for no 40. I was the only thing I was.
You just did drills?
Yeah, I just did drills and working out, trying to stay in shape, man. I was already blessed with speed. You know, young. You know, I had one of them guys. They'd be like, "Hey, you country fast." You know, I just no technique, no nothing, head tilt back, and I'm running. So,
So let me ask you this question. Let's say if you legit put in hardcore training for the 40, what would you have ran outside of that? You ran a 4.36, not training. So just imagine if you trained.
Man, I probably knocked it down to like I ran it, they say a 4.31 on the unofficial with the 4.3. So I probably ran a 4.33 or something like that.
Ooh.
Easily, I would I just hopped up there and just like, let's go, man. Let's get this out of the way. Cause I knew I was fast. And then the scouts at the combine was like, Slay, can you run? I'm like, yeah, because they said I looked slow on film. I said, and my response was them to like, if I'm looking fast on film, that means I'm panicking. I'm not controlling the route.
No question.
So nobody ain't noticed how fast I was. So that's why I kept giving them an excuse. They said, if you run good, you go do good. I said, I ain't worried about me running. I'm probably gonna be the fastest guy here. And he was like, oh, you talking big, Slay, da da da. Then I ended up being the third overall fast. Who
was the top two?
Tavon and Marquise Goodwin.
Okay, yeah.
So
good
they're the only two that beat. Yeah, they're the only two that beat me. So and then that was it. I'm like, I don't know why people think I was slow, but it's cool though.
Cool story. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. And because of what you did collegiately at Mississippi State, because of what you did at the combine, you get drafted to the Detroit Lions. And we know your love for Detroit runs super, super deep, but that's an organization that doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to being productive. What was your perception of the city and the organization when you heard they drafted you?
It was love, man. Man. Like I said, I always appreciate enough for taking a chance on me, man, because I was a high risk, JUCO guy, 1 year experience, 1 full year experience. And, they took a chance on me and, the chance panned out well. But the organization was good to me. The city was love. I was real big involved in the city. I'm one of the guys that went to high school games every week, every Friday.
Oh, you big time high school football fan, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. I love ball, man. So I go support the kids. And all season, as soon as I get ready to work out, I have a mandatory, I pick about 15 kids off of Twitter, and we go get it in. Somebody calling me host. Yeah, and
so
we go get it in.
You do that every year? Every year
I do it every year.
Random 15 players.
15 guys that hit me up out of high school, college kids, whatever. We go get it in. I've been doing that since I've been in the league. And I've been doing it a while since I've been in Philly. We always get it in hard. It was a big thing for me, just motivating kids and letting them be around me. Because I could only imagine, that happened with me in high school.
No question. Think about how that would have motivated you. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and they're doing a great thing for them. And, so the guys were looking up to me, man. So I'm real big in helping kids.
Hey, well, listen, listeners, listening to us on your podcast format and watching us on YouTube, hit Darius up on Twitter. You might be one of the lucky few that he decides to work out with during the offseason. D-Slay, what's your Twitter name?
Big play _ maybe 24. Maybe
they can find you. I'm pretty sure they can find you.
They can find me easy.
Yeah. So hey, start reaching out now. You might be a lucky high school player. Get a chance to work out, one of the best to do it. So hey, great opportunity. So go ahead and take advantage of it. Going to your time in Detroit, one of the best to ever do it, Calvin Johnson. Johnson. Is there a time you remember when you first jumped into the league, maybe your first OTA practice, your first minicamp practice, you lined up across number 81? Did he ever get the best of you?
Man, look, my whole rookie year, I didn't fall down from him. So this was when the time was hard, as a rookie. I was a starter and I had to be a scout team guy. So
you getting double reps.
Double reps.
Yeah.
They don't care about how your body feel. You're young. You don't care. So I had to be like the guys that used to follow Calvin. That's when everybody really started getting into being a travel corner. Mm-hmm. So, I had to be Pat P in practice. I had to be Reeves in practice. Yeah. And I had to follow Calvin. And man, he helped me so much. But man, my rookie year, man, he punished me every day. Every day. Made it look easy. But one thing I appreciate about him, like every time he caught the ball, he kind of coached me up on why he did it. Love that. I loved it. Yeah, I loved it, man. We are two Georgia kids. Mm-hmm. And man, we got a lot of respect for each other, man. He helped me be who I am today.
Do you vividly remember the first time you got the best of Calvin?
Yeah, my going into my second year OTAs, I was competing with this guy for number 23. His name was Cassius.
Okay.
So we was going competing with just 23. Calvin ran an out and up on me first week of practice, and I knocked it down. And I was like, and I had a high point attack the ball. So I'm like, dang, man, I just kind of got up with a 6'5" dude. Like I got up there. And, that gave me my little confidence. because I was getting, like I said, he was tearing me up all my whole rookie year, gave me all my confidence I needed. End up starting my second year fully, and man, I had a great year.
Yeah, and let's go back to your rookie campaign, because playing in the National Football League as a rookie corner, man, you're gonna see so much that you've never seen before, right? And during your rookie year, Jim Schwartz, who was the DC at that time, he was the DC, right?
Head coach.
I'm sorry. He was the head coach at that time. He benched you 3 different times during your rookie campaign. Man, how did you maintain your confidence throughout that process?
Man, it was too hard, man. But I had Rasheem Mathis, man, OG. That kind of like him and Global
Jaguar legend.
Yeah, man. They kept me on my toes, man. What really set it apart was when he just told me as a young guy, say, "Hey, Slay, I'm here to guide you, and this is gonna be your secondary room. This is gonna be your room. I'm just here I'm your guidebook." Yep. So that put a lot that if you're in this business, that it carries a long way when a guy that's really trying to he competing with you, but he also wants you to be
helping
great.
You.
Some of the guys these days, man, they compete with you, take his spot, don't give you no pointers, no nothing. But yeah, man, I lost my job 3 times, off of playing good. I was kind of lost, because my first play I actually in the NFL, AP went for the little 90-something yard tub when he came off that little AC. And my second play, got a PBU that turned. Watch out, baby. Okay, go back. Yeah, I had made a PBU, and DeAndre Levy picked it and you scored. So I'm like, man, I'm hyped. I just made a play, so I'm hyped. So we're going into the third quarter, coming out the halftime. They hit a dig and go on me. And
what coverage y'all was in?
Man, we was in quad. And Lou Delmas was my safety. So
he's supposed to take the dig, and you did. No, how was y'all playing y'all quad?
How we played it is whoever, if I press, I got the dig.
You by yourself, gotcha.
If I'm off, he got the dig. So I pressed it. I'm slipped the dig. Yeah. He hit the go on me. The dig and go. About a 60-yard bomb. I tackled him, but next thing Schwartz took me right out. Boom. I said, oh my goodness. I said, dang, I can't give up a play. So I'm hot. So I thought I was done that. Then came back second week playing Arizona. They drafted the running back from Clemson in the second round. So
Ellington,
yeah. So
with the dreads.
We was at the. I remember like yesterday. We was in the bunch route. We got in the red zone. We got our little cover 3 beaters. So the running back came out the backfield, red and wheel. My dude came vertical deep, so I sped, turned to the wheel right. I'm trying to make a play on it. I mistimed my jump. He called it touchdown. Benched me again. I said, "Oh my good, that's not even my play to make." But he just said,
that's supposed to be the flat player in the cover 3. Flat guy got to take the wheel route.
He got to take the wheel. So they said, they said, "Slay, man, you too athletic not to make that play." Found an excuse to bench me, and then bench me again and put a responsible guy named Sheen in, which was, of course, irresponsible. And the next thing he kept the spot. And the whole time he took the spot, though, he still coaching me up, though.
You love that, man. That goes a long way. A lot of organizations don't have that, and you know how it is. A lot of organizations got guys that hate on the next man, especially if they feel like you're a threat.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And those are the organizations that are oftentimes bad organizations because they ain't got good people within the organization.
True.
I mean, you come in to take my job, it's a battle. Best man win, but it's not my job to not help you. Right. I mean, that's how you miss out on your blessings. But a lot of fans don't know about that, man. There's a lot of hate going on within the locker room, man. On the field and off the field.
Yes, a lot of hate, man. You be like, what for, man? We both all is making money, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. We that's one thing I love about a locker room in Pittsburgh, man. We all rock with each other.
You know what I mean? You can tell. My boy Steve said the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Steve Nelson, you know what I mean? He was over there with a different regime, but the culture was still intact based on how it was when I was there. So, that goes a long way. And I'm pretty sure some of the things that Rasheed Mathis, show you, now you're showing to some of the younger guys, Maddox and some of the other guys you guys got there in the secondary. And because of that, look at you. You still making plays. They can't touch Slay. They can't touch
come on now.
They can't touch Slay in your bag. Hey, so talking about Detroit, one thing that I think the organization, and we're going to talk about this, but when they hired Jim Caldwell, I felt like, wow, this is an individual that can bring some energy to the organization. But how did the organization change for the better when they hired Caldwell? And why did they get rid of him just in 4 seasons?
That's the question, man. That everybody need to answer, man. My thing is that I don't know why you would replace a guy like that, man. He was very consistent, man. Humble.
2 playoff appearances in 4 years.
2 playoffs in four years. You know, we ain't had the roster like we had in 2014. So he would still find a way to get us there. And, you know, we had brought a new GM in, and he wanted his guy. You know how business work. He wanted his guy in. But his guy supposed to have got us over the hump, but that wasn't about that. You know, we could have got over the hump easily. Yeah. You know, but it was just crazy, man. He changed the culture though for us, man. He made us feel like a family, man, and he made it more and more like it's not about football all the time. He, you know, as a young guy, as I was young, I looked at him as almost a father figure. Yeah, you know, because he preached about us taking care of our money, doing the right things on the money. If you need somewhere to try to be invested in, how to handle it, come talk to me. So it was always bigger than football with him, and then he always cared about our bodies. I was a year two guy playing all the time. He walked up to me in practice and said, "Slay, man, how you feeling today?" I said, "Yeah, coach, man, I'm a little tired. My little legs hurting, you know." Yeah. And after that, he just said, "Hey, walk through." You know. Oh, you love that. And I'm in year 2. So
yeah, like, you ain't even earned your stripes yet.
I ain't even earned the stripes yet, but I got pulled like that, you know. Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, walk through for the 7-on-7." And I was like, crazy, you know what I'm saying? So when coach shows so much appreciation to how hard we work during the week, man, and some days
you show him appreciation by just doing what he wants you to do.
And he was simple. It wasn't nothing difficult, wasn't nothing hard. Yeah. You know, he was like, if you did something crazy, you already knew what you're gonna get fined for. Like he already had it. Like it was no yelling, no nothing. So he had it very smooth around that, man. He had the Detroit going in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, and I've talked about this on CBS, like looking at all the coaches they've been through since then. You had the man in place, you just wasn't patient. Made 2 playoff appearances in 4 years. The Lions had made the playoffs just twice in the previous 13 years. Caldwell went 36-28 with the Lions. He had the top winning percentage for a full-time Lions coach since 1956. Detroit Lion fans are still throwing up right now anytime they hear that name. Right now. Yeah, right, but now. Hey, sometimes when you make a bad decision, it can affect you for years to come, and they still affecting the Detroit
we
Lions.
was the number 2 defense in 2014.
Y'all was biting.
Yeah, GQ had 8 picks. Diggs had like 6 picks. I had like 3. We had like 30-something total picks. Something about 50-something sacks with Sudom. Like we was going crazy. Yeah. Like, yeah, man. And it was just like he gave us that lead way to, man, go ahead and just play ball, man, and have fun doing it. He made football fun. No question. When you make football fun, usually production follows. And one of your best years so far, 2017, you was in that bag. Boy, you were ill. Yeah, I was bad. Every week it seemed like the ball was fine to you. You made the Pro Bowl. You were all-pro team, first team. You had 8 interceptions, and man, get this, 26 PBUs. Both you led the league. What clicked for you in 2017? When Sheen went down, man. That was Sheen last year. He retired. He had a serious concussion, man, and he couldn't, you know. And at that time, I wasn't a travel corner, so I was going to, and then, you know, Sheen had, you know, shut it down, made me to a traveling corner. So I was just following all the receivers, man, and was just going crazy. I'm like, oh man. And, you know, and guys was like, oh, he young, still a little young. He earned his money, but, you know, that's just because but man, look, it sprouted up crazy. I was finding the ball like crazy. Like what? And that's when I feel like I got a lot of targets because I was on the number 1 guys, and they had me in zero a lot. So like a lot of time was just like guys were getting double, or we were just leaning to the other side. And man, I was working. And I was enjoying every matchup I had. And you know, I kept making plays. And me and Pat P talk about this all the time. How important is it, Slay, for your confidence and just your ability when you get your hands on the football early in the ball game? Quick. Like that, you can get bored so fast. Like, man, I remember playing against Green Bay. And John Jones, what's his name? James Jones. Yep. James Jones. And man, I was clamping them up easily, you know. And Aaron did not look there not one time. Our other teammate at the time, Nevin Lawson, he was going to against a young Devontae. You know, Devontae wasn't Devontae who he is now. Yeah. Devontae was year 2 guy. My young boy had 17 targets. I'm like, can I switch? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I need to get my rhythm going. I don't feel like my press work all crazy because I ain't really like driving nothing because he ain't looking. I'm like, come on now. Like, But it's real, man. You could, because one play they catch on you now, conference can get a little shaky in the middle of the game. So, but
you want to start off on fire. You want to first third down. It's 3rd and 5. They run attack them sticks. Go ahead and run this little hitch. Let me get my hands on it.
Please,
let me get my hands on it.
Please do it. Please.
Yeah. And when did you realize your time in Detroit was coming to an end?
Just talking to at the time talking to Bob Quinn. Honestly, I knew I had to get up out of there because like I said, me and Matty P was not gonna never see eye to eye. I would never. Did it start off that way with you and Patricia, or did it eventually get to that? It started off like that, man. It started off like that, and
why do you think?
I don't know, because he felt as in a way that the time I went to go work out with it was me, Sherm. We all did like a little Sherm set up a little DB camp for the NFL players. So me, Sherm, it was Xavier Rose, Talib. I was a guy that just coming off my first Pro Bowl. I'm going to be around these kind of, I feel like, some future Hall of Famers. Guys that's very talented. Talib, I feel like was for sure one of the best for like 8-9 years easily. Yeah. Sherm was sure at the top of his game for like 6, 7, 8 years too. So I'm going to, learn, trying to get better. And, so I got back to OTAs after OTAs and all that, at the camp. When camp started, I had reported the camp, and he came in there and brought me into his office, our first meeting. He said, hey, Slay, man, I don't think you should have been working out with them guys that we play against this year, because guys like Marvin Jones, all them guys got to see it. They got to play against them. I'm like, what they got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what they got to do with me? And he was just like, you don't think them guys are trying to figure out what kind of technique them guys do? I'm saying, what? Man, these are professionals. If they doing their job, they gonna know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
So, no question.
And then, so what really tricked the Dolphins is because he said that was my first Pro Bowl. He was like, and he basically hit me straight up to their face and said, honestly, I don't even think you even in their category. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, what? I'm like, so after that, it was like, all right, man, I got to get on out of here. Like, I got to get on out of here. I'm like, man, me and you don't got no kind of talk. We business partners. What you need me to do to help this team win, I'm going to win. I'm going to do it.
You kept it professional. Yeah, I respect that, homie. You kept it professional, but you telling me Patricia just came out and said what he said, which clearly didn't make any sense. You're working out with defensive backs, corners that play the same position you play. And like you said, at that time, these guys were in the top tier of the positional group. Yeah, you learning from them. Along with them probably learning from you. It has nothing to do with y'all wide receivers because y'all wide receivers wasn't even there.
Yeah. What is they gonna do? Like, I'm like, his philosophy is, I don't know, you've been in the league long enough. You know how the picture world feel like everybody.
It's a little weird. Some of them, it can be a little weird.
Yeah, they're a little weird. They be just thinking everybody find a way to cheat and all this kind of stuff, man. Everybody got cheat, man.
Hey, don't say that word, boy. That can open up Pandora's box.
But yeah, man, it was weird, man. And I was like, man, this dude weird. So I just like left it alone. I said, man, I talked to him. We had a man-to-man talk.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't, because he like, don't ask me about my kids, my family, how I'm doing, bro. Just coach me. Keep it football. Just tell me what I need to do to help y'all win, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna give my best ability. And I told him I promise him that, and that's it. Like, we ain't cool because like he was trying my like, he trying to belittle me. Like, like, so like, nah, he can't belittle me. Like, I know I work too hard for somebody to belittle me. So we ain't click at all.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't last long for him out there in Motown. So
no.
And last time I checked, you still doing numbers. So
yeah, and I told him after I made my second one and then my third one, I said I'm back to back. 3 more times, 2 more times. Pro Bowl.
That's what you hit him with.
Since I'm in that category, I told him
what was his response?
He just, it went directly to him. It just to myself and telling him like,
yeah.
I was motivated to let him know like I'm like that.
No question.
I work too hard to not be like that. And so it was just motivation for me to go out there and really trying to dominate a game.
Well, look here, it worked out well for you then, and it's still working out well for you now. Current day, you're part of the Philadelphia Eagles. The last 2 weeks, you guys been flying. Right. Beat up on Denver, beat up on the Saints. But this past Sunday, not the outcome we all expected. And I got Jalen Hurts on my fantasy team. And Jalen, I know he's going to bounce back for me, so it's okay. Matter of fact, don't worry, Darius, when you retire, don't get into fantasy football. It's nerve-wracking. It ain't good for your blood pressure. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. So whenever you retire, don't play fantasy football because it ain't good for your pressure. But not the results you guys wanted. But do you still believe the Eagles can make the playoffs?
Of course, man. We just got to keep executing, man. We got, like I said, we got the Jets. Then we got nothing but division games after it. So we know they, as we know in the league, they times 2. So we got to go out here and dominate these boys. So it's gonna be some fun weeks.
No question. And you know how that playoff run goes. The teams that get into the playoffs, they beat the teams they're supposed to beat. Ain't no guarantee in the NFL. We know that. But let's keep it real. They're teams you're supposed to beat.
Facts. It's teams that we already know in your schedule. Be like, it's a whipping. It's a whipping we put on them. So, shoot. So we just got to keep executing, man, and just don't hurt ourselves. And we'll be all right.
And let's talk about your game so far this year, man. You got 3 touchdowns already in the bag. You were already known as Big Play Slay, but when did that moniker arrive for you?
What, my name or me just making
big Play Slay?
Yeah, my coach gave it to me, man, from Mississippi State, man, and he gave it to me because I was in camp. My first year, I got to Mississippi State. I was in camp and I had probably 10 picks the first week. I was just picking. Yeah, in training camp at Mississippi State.
Pick every day?
Oh, literally every day, at least maybe 2 or 3 sometimes, because it was so easy. I'm like, man, this SEC got to be trash. I'm like, what's going on? It was easy. I was picking left and right, but that's how I got my name. He gave it to me, man. He's just like, he was the one that kind of ran the second team. He gave the calls for the second team kind of bit. And Jeff Collins, the head coach right now.
Head coach for Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. So he the one gave me my name. And, it took off from there, but, and I just led on with it. And right now in Philly, is what they've been waiting on me to do for the longest.
I know you can get all kind of free cheesesteaks out there in Philly.
Come on now. Like, they loving me right now, but you know how the Philly fans is.
Yeah,
they love me now.
Ride that wave.
I'm gonna keep riding it till shut down on me.
Hey, you should go to Mitchell and Ness and go get you some free jerseys, some free gear. How you doing that? I know they love a Big Play Slay.
Yeah, they loving me right now. So I'm loving them too. So we gonna keep riding this wave.
Yeah. How difficult though sometimes for you? You talked about this earlier in the show to live up to the Big Play Slay nickname, but not getting any targets.
Right, it's hard. Like I said, my resume kind of speaks for itself, and I'm kind of good around the ball, good tight coverage. So it's hard to make the plays that that I'll be wanting to a lot. Because people they just game planning. We go find a way not to make the Slay impact the game, and some coaches do well against, some coaches don't.
Yeah,
and shoot, man, I'll tell you one thing though. I'll be going out to go hard to try to find a play, but I'll try to let them come to me and just play the game.
Hey, the ball always find the playmakers. That's one thing. It will find you. I mean, that fumble you got in Denver, man, how in the world the ball bounced right to you? You down there just look. Hey, you looking for some scraps?
Yeah.
Oh, I got action and took off.
Got action. I saw the dude trying to grab it. No, give it here.
The ball gonna find the playmaker. That's how it is. That's how it is. You know what I mean? So it's always been that way for you, and it's continuing this year. Question for you: how sweet was it to score against the Lions?
Man, that's probably a good. It was sweet, man. But I really wish Matty P was there. I ain't gonna lie. I was probably threw the ball all week. I probably threw the ball in the stands and all kind of mess, ran up on all of it down their sideline, every kind of crazy mess. I would accept any fine the NFL wanted to give me that day.
Yeah.
But it was smooth. There's no hard blood with them definitely now because like I said, Matty P ain't there. None of that whole. So I got enough respect for that coach over there for doing what he's doing because I'm hearing his interviews and hearing how he talk, man. I know that team got a lot of heart, a lot of passion. So I got nothing but respect for them guys over there for sure right now. So I just kind of kept it simple, got love for the deep when they see a score. I probably got more cheers than when I scored than anything because
they still
I would probably get booed. I did.
Yeah.
It was like Slay. So I'm like,
they still rock with you.
They really love me. I love y'all too.
Hey, you left a good impression for all the fans there in Detroit, even though you're playing for the Eagles. So they still rock with you.
Yeah, they mess with me heavy.
Yeah, Slay, we got something in common. My favorite basketball player was Kobe Bean Bryant. And over there on my right, I got a box full of Kobe's right now. I'm pretty sure you do as well.
Of course.
But a few weeks ago, you had what you call your Kobe moment versus the Saints. Did you plan that?
It just came to me when I picked it.
Well, you know what? Tell us what that Kobe moment was for you, for our listeners and fans that didn't actually see it.
Say again?
Tell us the actual Kobe moment. What did you do during this play that we're talking about? That
I had to
call Kobe moment.
Jump on the stands, man. And if I could have pulled my shirt back like how he did, I would have, but I had a jersey on too tight.
Yeah.
So I stood up there, man. I just like, man, it's my Kobe moment. I'm finna do it. But I just like, I just chanted. I can't put my jersey to the side, but it's okay. But Kobe know what I'm doing it for.
No question. And take us through. I love being able to take our listeners and viewers into actual gameplay. Take us through that play on that pick that you had on Taste. Who was the quarterback? Trevor Siemian. What route they tried to run and what you guys were in coverage wise? Man,
we was in a man, and third and about it's 2 minutes. So everybody like to play, smooth and chill. They try to get chunk plays. So me knowing what the game plan is, they say, okay, I seen number 11 come out here. It's the fast guy, so they think somebody gonna be soft cushion on him. But like I said, I'm fast. I really don't care if you try to run by me. I feel like I can run with anybody. So I baited the throw. So, most likely you see two by two. First thing everybody think of, it gonna be slants or all go. So I know I'm on top of you. My position gonna be on top of you. So you go, sometimes at one, they stop.
Yeah.
So I was in position for the fade and the comeback. So I got in my best plant foot and I got out of there. I cleared a little 3-step, make sure with no slant. Got my eyes right there. I said, yeah, I'm on top. He finna just stop. I'm finna go ahead and go get this. So, I didn't run the route for him.
Yes, you did. Man, you ran the route for him. You had a great body position to get that 3-step read is so important. I hate watching college football and I don't see corners getting in 3-step.
They do not do it.
What? That's a cheat code. Because the thing about this, Slade, this, even after that third step, if they get into that fourth step and that shoulder get ready to turn, you're about to get an intermediate route. Yeah. You're about to break it off. So get prepared.
Get prepared. So it's hard, but it's simple.
Yeah.
That's what it's hard, but
it takes reps. It takes reps. Mm-hmm. But oftentimes you know about this, you might get a step or two deeper so you can get a good viewpoint on the quarterback so you can really see the 3-step. Because when they got guys rushing, offensive linemen standing up, you might not be able to see them. It's clear. Get a little step too deeper. Get that 3-step read, man, because you do a great job at it.
Yeah.
When your off technique is so fluid and so smooth, like you always comfortable, like you said, it makes sense now. You always want to be in control. But your off technique, man, is like watching an artist create a painting.
It's smooth, man. I had to learn.
hey, you doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Talking about one of the up and coming guys on your team, you seem to have established a great friendship with Devontae Smith. And I saw a clip the Eagles posted, I think it was last week. You and Devontae was arguing about who can cover who. And you lined up at wide receiver, gave him a little 1-2. But is there any possibility, any opportunity for you? Because you done scored 3 touchdowns already. Now, there are a lot of wide receivers, a lot of offensive players in the league ain't got no 3 touchdowns under their belt. Right. Coach Nick Sirianni can put you on offense, or would you ever try to make that happen? Get you on offense a little bit?
Look, if Coach want to put the rock in my hand, I ain't gonna tell him not to. So, give me a little bubble, give me a little, go ball, slant, something quick and immediate, get me going, But if he ever do it, man, I'm open for sure.
I already know if he put you on offense, you trying to run a go ball
easily. I'm trying to run right past somebody.
I already know. How special you think Devontae can be as he goes through his first year in the NFL?
It's gonna be smooth. He good, man. He's so smooth, man. He patient. He understand. And like I always told people to the media and to the world that he's a guy that just want to learn. He's not one of them guys that think he knows it all. Mm-hmm. He asks about any corner that's coming against him. He asks questions, man. And that's a big thing about young guys don't do. A lot of guys are having too much manly, too much heart to ask another grown man what he can do to get better, but he don't. Anytime he feel like we have our little Thursday talk, we got a Thursday talk we do every day, every week.
You and him?
Me, him, and all. It'd be me and all the receivers. All the receivers, all them young. So I just try to talk to my ball, life, how this game go. Yeah, so we have our little Thursday talks. Maybe be out there about 15 minutes. We just chop it up. And, sometimes Devontae was like, hey, man, what you feel about this guy? What you think I could beat him, man? Or any one of them. So all of them do the same, but he does it a lot, man. He be pulling me to the side a lot, and he'll just ask me a lot of questions.
Oh, that's dope. I love that. I love that. And he seems to be quiet, but he's oftentimes in front of the camera, so he might not be camera shy. But it's great that you're able to tutor the young guys, and they're listening to you as well, because that's the great thing about great people, the ones that are willing to listen and be able to learn, and they're teachable. Great things going to follow them. Another great guy, and this is the last question for you, Slade, before we transition to the superlative part. Another young up and coming guy is Jalen Hurts. Year two. We've heard stories about the leadership he's been able to display throughout the organization. But what has impressed you the most about your second year quarterback in Jalen Hurts?
That he don't lack no confidence at all, man. He can, have a bad play. He can find a way to shake back, keep his composure, and his demeanor don't change. Some people like demeanor get changed. He get a little sloppy here. But nah, he try to have the same mindset, go out here and try to dominate a guy and try to be the best player he could be to help this team win, man. He do have a great leadership, man. As a young guy, ain't too many people that's built in as to be a leader that early. Like I wasn't a guy that built in to be a leader that early. I was like a example guy. I just work hard, and just do it. He vocal and he work hard and he know what to say to a team to get us going. Yeah. That was my lack of thing. I ain't know what to say at a young age. I was just like, but let's go. He got the kind of mindset that had the words to kind of like make you, like, dang, bro, I kind of want to run through a wall for you. So, he does a good job with that.
How good can Jalen Hurts be in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform?
He can be real good, man. Like I'm saying, like he a guy right now, I feel like I don't like comparing people a lot too much, but like Russell Wilson, man, to me, they both were baseball players. I think just Russell got a stronger arm for sure because young, behind a great defense, making all the right reads, all the right checks. That back when Russell was year 2 when they won the Super Bowl, you watch how he played. They hand the ball off, running for Marshawn, running for 130, 120. As we looking right now, if you would have been watching the media, we've been running for 200 yards per game for the past 5-6 games.
He's actually a better runner than Russell.
Yeah, what I'm saying? So I feel like they both did like the same type of player, as you've seen that Russell kind of evolved as a passer, because that's what they had to lean on because Marshawn was gone. Yeah. But right now they both still a young core. They can still keep it running, and he can learn on the go, like how I feel like Russell did.
Man, that's a good comparison. I never thought of it. When you look at all the players you could compare Jalen Hurts to, or his game might be similar to Russell. I know one thing. They would love that in Philly if he can turn out to be who Russell Wilson is.
Oh, no, they'll love it. They will love
it. Yeah. All right, so Slade, we about to get you up out of here, but before we do, I love to hit our guests with rapid fire questions. So this is a 2-minute situation for you right now. I mean, they got the ball on the 45 coming out. They need a touchdown. They're coming out 4 wide receivers. They're going to throw it. And they don't care nothing about what you've been doing. They're going to target you. So let's see what you're going to do under pressure. First question for you. Quarterback you want to pick off the most? Maybe Peyton, a guy you never picked. Oh, you said Peyton. That was fast.
Peyton Manning.
You wanted Peyton?
I wanted Peyton so bad that I want him so bad that I got Moss twice.
Who was it? Who got you?
Denver, when he was in Denver, man, his last year in Denver, man. Demarius Thomas mossed me right before 2 minutes and scored. Then Emmanuel Sanders mossed me. I had the ball in my hand, but when I landed, I kind of
came down.
He came down with it, snatched it out of my hand because I landed on my ribs hard, and I'm like, and I let go of the ball, and it fell into his hand. So I'm like, oh man, that's my chance to get paid.
Oh, what about active guys currently still in the league?
Ooh, man, dang. I pretty got most of them. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all heard what he said. He said, I got
most of them. Shoot. The only one I don't got is Russell. I want Russell.
You want Russell. Yeah. Y'all don't play them this year, dude.
Nah, we don't.
Okay. You want Russell. All right. Next question for you. Best trash talking wide receiver in the league right now.
Ooh. Probably DK. Me and him got into it bad.
Oh, yeah. Y'all had a little spat last year, right?
DK, man, he be talking trash, and I don't be talking trash. He was talking trash for no reason.
Yeah. He tried to play big man football. He tried to muscle people too. But most DBs, he tried to just go ahead and shower down over them.
Yeah, he be trying to set a tone early for no point of reason, but nobody even saying that. I be just mind my business.
All right. Top 5 corners in the league right now.
Ramsey, myself and Sheeran now. Man, I like I love Marshawn game, man. I love it. I love
Lattimore.
Yeah, I love Lattimore. I love Humphreys, especially Gilmore. What's that, 4?
That's 5.
That's 5. Yeah, they're my guys. They're my guys for sure. That's the ones I like to watch a lot.
Best piece of advice you would give young corners?
To play free-minded. That's my best advice to you. And I always tell my young corners nowadays is, hey, don't go in there. Just go into the game with 1 formation or 2 formations and not be trying to master everything. Just go to look at 2 formations and that's it. Yeah.
Why is that important?
Because you want you to play fast instead of trying to think. Because I was a rookie and I was thinking to myself at a young age, what they did in 3x1, what they did by 2x2, what they did by 2 gun by 4. So I was just like, bump all that. I just take the 2 best formations they do all the time. And I steal my stuff out of there. And everything else, I just play, ball. And the years you go on, the years you go learn more about the ball, what kind of formations come with it.
Okay. Who's the most talented teammate you ever played with?
The most talented one I ever played with? Ooh, man. Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, I knew he was going to say Calvin. Outside of Calvin, who would you give it to?
Ooh, all around. Honestly, probably maybe Global Quinn, man, as in just a talented person, because he was very good at baseball, very good at football, and he was good in basketball. So he probably one of the other talented guys I ever played with. Okay.
Last question for you. You've been a part of the organization for quite some time. They're in Philly, 2 years to be exact, right? 2 years in Philly. You've been around the city a lot. So when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles fan base, who do they hate more? The Giants or the Cowboys?
Boy, it's so hard to determine, but I guarantee it's them Cowboys, though. They don't care. They can't stand them boys.
They can't stand the Cowboys?
They can't stand them boys. Look, I don't think they can stand any other team but theirs. They probably can't stand them sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, for you then, as a player, being a part of the organization, who you hate more, the Giants or the Cowboys?
Man, I hate the Cowboys because they cheated us in the playoffs in 2014.
Oh.
when Darius Bryant ran up on the field, pulled the flag.
Yeah,
they cheated us.
Yeah, you already had some bad blood before you became a Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah, and Dallas, I heard Dallas had wanted to trade for me. I said, no, I ain't going there.
Oh, you told Dallas no?
I'm just saying it because I heard about it. I told it. Yeah, I said, nah, I ain't going there.
So if they wanted to, that you wouldn't accept that trade if they wanted to trade for you?
No, I wasn't going to Dallas.
Wow, that's a first.
Yeah, I couldn't stand them. They cheated us.
Whoa, boy, that runs deep right there, Slay.
It runs deep. Runs deep.
Yeah, you're right there with the homegrown Philadelphia Eagle fans when it comes to that element. Man, Slay said I would have told Jerry, no. I don't want to go there. Wow. Nope. Hey, man. Hey, Slay, man, it's an honor, man, have you on here. Joining me, Bryant McFadden, Pat Peterson, all things covered. Man, I know the listeners and viewers definitely enjoyed this. I can tell y'all this much right now. I know Pro Bowl voting hasn't started yet. It's about to start, but that's a given. I mean, stay healthy. Slay gonna get the Pro Bowl. Slay got to get him the first. Only option all pro gonna be first team, right, Slay?
Right, got to be. You know, man, 3 tubs. You know,
3 tubs, a lot of 3 interceptions. Yeah, 3 interceptions.
I got 21 points on the board.
And you play defense.
Come on now, talk to me.
You play defense, and you following whoever you need to follow when they tell you to follow.
Come on to make this happen. Let's get it.
Yeah, first team all pro, man. We're gonna throw that in the universe right now. Allow it to manifest. First team all pro 2021. Darius Slay, starting cornerback for the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the best corners in the game, and a great high character guy, man. Joining me here, Pat Peterson, Bryant McFadden, all things covered. Slay, who you got? The Jets. Oh, Zach Wilson. I mean, he's been generous all year. I know Jets fans might not want to hear this, but he might well just go ahead and be consistent, right, Slay?
Come on now, be nice. Come on, man, be nice to me.
Yeah, be nice. You've been generous all
early
year.
Christmas gift.
No question. No question. Hey, Slay, man, it's a pleasure joining me, man. Be safe and go get you another tub and another pick this week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.